Brewing giants like Anheuser-Busch and Coors still dominate beer sales in this country, but independent brewers have been steadily gaining market share. That cozy craft brewery down the street is part of an $80 billion industry, and the bartender is one of 550,000 people working in craft brewing, adding an estimated $5 billion to the economy. But now, craft brewers fear their profits could go flat if a provision in the nation's tax law is allowed to expire. Barry Petersen has the story.
And Pinella's really a kind of a sugar, right?
Yeah, it's a little different.
Here's a fun fact from Denver craft brewer Judd Belstock.
It's got a molasses character to it. You got a little splash on you.
There you go. The more sugar you add, the higher the alcohol content in beer. And here's a not so fun fact. A lot of small craft brewers like Belstock are one tax break away from maybe going out of business.
It ended up being about $1 million to start the place up.
And somebody says, and by the way, we want you to pay more taxes. What then?
Then I think that for me, the only option is to start raising prices.
Will it cut sales?
Oh, absolutely.
The excise tax was $7 a barrel. It was cut in half 2 years ago, but that expires in December. Pennsylvania Congressman Mike Kelly is pushing to keep the cut.
For small brewers, it's really critical that if they can save cost anywhere, they want to do that, because they'll take whatever they save and put it back in equipment or put it in hiring more people, recapitalizing their business.
I like beer. It makes me a jolly good fellow.
Beer has been part of America before there was an America, arriving on the Mayflower, and so did beer taxes. And beer started the first Buy American policy when George Washington said he would only drink American-made. When gold rush prospectors flooded the West, beer came with them. Sam Bach is an historian at History Colorado.
People were really happy to have beer during the gold rush. It was a social lubricant. It was a sign of civilization.
There's like a lot of history in this glass.
There's a ton of history in this glass. Everything from the style of the beer, to the ingredients we use, to the processes, to the laws that govern its production and consumption.
And today's craft breweries are still making history. This festival opened Raíces Brewing Company in Denver, focused on Hispanic beers, one of the first in the country. And if it succeeds, it will double as an Hispanic community center. Tamil Maldonado is a co-owner.
Microbreweries and the craft beer industry hasn't been diversified, and there are reasons for that: accessibility and resources and financial reasons. So the taxation also helps or not helps on that.
Judd Belstock's Dos Luces beers are actually a big step back into history. Made from corn, not hops, using 3,000-year-old recipes from Peru.
In general, the most popular is our chicha in tea, our basic chicha. And that is, it's just easy drinking, medium-bodied, really nice, solid beer.
It's got a little bit of a kick, and it's got a little bit of a different taste to it. And to historian Bach, there's one more reason to help craft breweries.
Each one of those is not just a place to get a beer, it's a community, it's an entrepreneur's vision. And I think that those things are critical to developing new and vibrant communities in cities around the country.
For breweries whose profits are thin, keeping the cut could cut them the break they need to make sure there's always a beer on tap. For CBS This Morning, Saturday, Barry Petersen, Denver.
I wonder if regulators understand, or lawmakers, what they're creating here. It's like the trickle-down effect.
It's so difficult to launch a small brewery, a craft brewery like that, and stay in business. So we'll keep you posted.